Hello. As this statement I made in the headline, we've entered the Star Trek realm of uncertainty. We are now in an economic situation that no man or woman has been before. We've gone where no woman or man has gone before, and that's where we are. So, what's happening is an economic collapse, not just in a country, but in a worldwide scenario. So I'm not saying this in a doom and gloom, the sky is falling mentality. I'm just stating life as we know it has changed. The economies as we've known them have changed. The way of conducting ourselves on a daily basis has changed. And with that comes uncertainty. With that comes fear. With that comes worry. With that comes doubt. With that comes, what the heck do I do now? Type of questions. So I just want to give you some peace amidst this uncertainty. This is exciting times. We have always, if you're watching this now, I'm 47 years old. This has been the most exciting time to be alive. And some would categorize it the best of times and the worst of times, all at the same moment. So with this, there are some precautions. There are some stepping back into survival at this particular moment, just for you and your family's safety. Some steps that I would suggest you go research and figure out what's the best for you to do. And some of those may, I've seen some people say, pull out some cash and, whatever you can. And, when you're looking at paying certain bills, you may have seen some bill companies have said, look, we understand what's going on. If you need a month without any penalties, just do this. Like, take advantage of those opportunities, because we don't know, being that we're in this uncertainty, how long this is going to continue and if and when things get back to normal. So just without freaking out, without going around with the Chicken Little mindset, however, doing what's yours to do to take the necessary steps to protect yourself and your family. Doesn't mean stockpiling on a garage full of toilet paper and, eggs and all this stuff. Get what you need for a little while, but then it's time to step back and assess, okay, the way that I've been doing things, is that the way that can continue going on, or does there have to be some changes, right? We're in this time of uncertainty, and you're going to have a lot of people with a lot of hypotheses and a lot of recommendations, and it's up to you to do the proper research where you can bring it back to your locus of control and saying, okay, knowing what I know, here's what's mine to do. Here are the steps I'm going to take to prepare myself and my family for this, as well as the next steps. Because if you look around the US and the world, there's lots of people that a week ago had jobs, that when they went to those jobs and they did what was theirs to do, they got paid for their services. There's a week later, here we are now, people that had jobs a week ago don't have jobs. They can't even go to their jobs because it's restricted, right? So this is a scenario that's out of our locus of control to that degree. Then it's time for us to say, okay, if you are one of those in that position that had a job a week ago and don't have a job now, what are the possibilities? What are the options? And this is the time to not go into, from my perspective, into escapism. This is not the time to go into a 20-hour Netflix binge or a gaming binge or whatever. This is a time to reach out to your friends and family and reconnect at a deeper level than just what we do here on social media. That's my recommendation of reaching out. Hey, are you okay? How are you? What's going on? And from those conversations, some collaboration can occur. And this is where some communities can get to know one another and get to support one another. In our neighborhoods, we don't know necessarily the neighbors at the level we knew them 30, 40 years ago in neighborhoods. Now might be the time to start those communications and conversations with your neighbors. Hey, how are you? Are you all set? Are you prepared? You have any fears, worries? Like, just have conversations and be a good person. And in doing so, some possibilities will unfold. But this is uncertain times. And this is not a doom and gloom message. This is not run around chicken little, the sky is falling. But it is us as people who are observing what's happening, which is pretty much everyone in the world right now. You'd have to be in a coma to not know what's going on. Things aren't the same as they were a week ago. So business as usual is not business as usual. Life as usual is no longer life as usual. There are limits, there are restrictions, there are lots of jobs that can't be done that a week ago they were. So it's up to each of us to improvise, adapt, and overcome. and find out, what does that mean to me, and how and where can I, get myself out of a spiral of negativity and fear into a path of action and proactive measures and steps that I can take to better my own personal and my family's personal future and well-being. Right. So these are uh, times that nobody really can state, with certainty of, oh, here's exactly what to do, because we haven't been in this situation. So it's literally lots of ideas and hypotheses that are out there, and it's up to you to narrow it down as to what is the best things that are within your control, which from my perspective are your thoughts, your words, and your actions, which also can control your emotions. And I would just encourage you to possibly go to YouTube and Google "How to Stop Worrying and Start Living" by Dale Carnegie. That's a great place to start, because when we're in worry and when we're in fear, that doesn't necessarily give us the best foundation to make the proper choices that are best for us and our family. It's to recognize, okay, a week ago things were different. Right now it is what it is. What's mine to do? What can I do? What are the possibilities? Narrow that down, get decisive, make the choices, and do that. And take the actions that are yours to take, not from fear, but out of proactive measures from a foundation of, doing what's yours to do. Um, and that's it. So the book "How to Stop Worrying and Start Living" might be a great thing to go find, and you can get it if you Google it, if you go to Amazon, if you go to YouTube. I haven't looked, but generally YouTube has a lot of videos that are audiobooks, and that's a great one. That, like, in this time and day and age, the people who can be the leaders without worry for themselves and for their families are what's necessary. Because a majority of people, and you could almost say, understandably so, are caught up in fear and worry and concern. Now, my background and training as a Marine and as a leader in the Marine Corps, it's like, look, plans never go to plan, and you continually have to improvise, adapt, and overcome. So that, combined with just my general personality, experience, and perspective of life, of all the chaos that I lived through, this isn't scary to me. I'm still alive, and I still know what's mine to do, and I'm going to improvise, adapt, and overcome continuously. And for those that are in my circle of influence, I'm going to help reach out, have those conversations, and with you and I here to help guide you, to help find you some peace and rest, and some actions that you can take to get you from where you are to where you want to be. But circling back to the military in the Marine Corps, when you have a mission, that's our mission. The plan doesn't go to plan. Okay, that's a detour. We can't go there. So we have to take this other way. You have to make the choices quickly and move, not out of fear, but out of the responsibility of, it's my duty to protect the people that are in my unit, my platoon, and we're going to take this action, which I feel at this moment is the best possible choice. And as you move one step at a time down that, you'll figure out from the new information, was that the right choice or not? And you can make new choices based upon that new information. So don't get caught up in the fear and the concern. Yes, is it an uncertain time? Absolutely. There's nobody that can deny that. This is in that era that nobody has lived through anything like this. We're in this time, and with that comes the big opportunities, come from big challenges. So there's going to be a lot of possibilities and opportunities for those who are looking for them, and for those who are looking to provide value to those in need of valuable products and services at this particular juncture. But once again, I would recommend to get out of that downward spiral of fear and worry and concern, and bring it back to, okay, this too shall pass. It's not comforting, and we don't know when, but with one day at a time and taking the proper actions proactively, we'll get through this, and more together as a collaborative effort, not the solo island, I'm going to do it all myself. Like, work together with your neighbors, your community, your family, and coming together. Who knows, that might be one of the greatest gifts that we get from this unique experience. But this too shall pass. And there's a quote that also is not comforting during difficult and challenging times, but it says, every adversity carries with it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. So this adversity, which is large, will in time carry a great benefit for us all. It's just up to us to not freak out, running around like Chicken Little, the sky is falling. But okay, things are different. What's mine to do now? The way I was doing things may not be the way I'm going to continue to do things. Where do we have to pivot? Where do we have to move? How can we do what's in our capabilities of doing, that can provide value to people in need of that value? And then just being that good human, calling up and reaching out to those friends, reaching out to the people in your community. Are you all right? and help people get from fear to, this, we're gonna pull through this. We can make this happen. Don't get too freaked out. We got this. Pull together. We've got this. This too shall pass. If you haven't read, or if you are in some deep fear or worry or concern right now, or even mildly, I would recommend going to YouTube and searching for How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. That will share some insights that hopefully pull you out of that into proactively taking the steps that can get you and your family from where you are now to where you want to be in due time. So I'm here. Like, look, I don't know all the answers. I don't know hardly but a few answers, but I'm pretty good at keeping people grounded, keeping people on track. And so just some examples, like in the Marine Corps, like, look, sometimes you got to smack someone in the face, snap out of it. Look, I need you to be present. I need you to be here. Yes, it's not where we thought we'd be. Yes, this is more challenging than we thought, but I need you to be present. Get out of that. Can you be here with me now? And so being present and getting out of that and having friends that will call you on the crap. So if you're in that downward spiral, they're like, all right, that's not doing you or your family any good. Pull out of it. What can you do? What are some steps that you can take? And by taking one step at a time, you can make great progress. So just know that. Rest easy, find some peace, have some chats with God, and like, hey, look, what's going on here? Help me understand why we're at this point, and how can I find peace and rest in this? And so for me, I look back on a lot of my old challenges, and I picture God asking me, do you trust me? And there's times I'm like, man, I don't know. This doesn't seem right. I shouldn't be here. Well, in history of my past and possible yours, you'll look back and see that, quote, every adversity carries with it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit comes true. This too shall pass comes true. And if you picture God talking to you saying, do you trust me? Pulled you through everything so far, and we'll get through this together as well. So, all right, here we are. Rock on. And as I like to say, make today great. I do have lots of other inspirational videos at maketodaygreat.com. It's a podcast that might also give you some additional inspiration, as well as my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Tom Beal. Just remember, you brush your teeth every day. I learned this from Zig Ziglar. You need to wash your mind every day too. And right now, if you plug into any of the media, including social media, it's a lot of fear and doom and gloom. Yes, this is uncertain times. Yes, things are not the same as they were a week ago. And no one really knows what the heck is going on and or when this will pass. But we as humanity are resilient. We are resourceful, and we will pull through this, and hopefully together, bringing back, instead of isolating one another, actually coming together and collaborating and working with one another, for one another, to help us achieve more. What's that acronym? TEAM, TEAM. Together, everyone achieves more. So don't be that solo island, isolating yourself. Reach out to your friends and family, reach out to your community, help others in need, and watch how, as a collaborative effort, we can look back on this and not just say, holy cow, we made it. Woo, good job, high five. But wow, look at the humanity, look at the lessons, look at the love, look at the great lessons that have come through all this. So keep your head up, stand up, dust yourself off. And two things, I'd recommend not going into escapism. Don't go down the whole rabbit hole of Netflix binges or, endless gaming or endless escaping in whatever mode that is, even alcohol, drugs, whatever those escape mentalities are. Focus into being present on how you can be that person you need to be for yourself and for your family, for your friends, for your community. And watch how not only will this too pass, but every adversity carries with it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. I'm excited to be present, to be able to do what I feel is mine to do, to help others that I feel is a way that I can help them, and waiting for the benefits to come to myself and all of us in this uncertain times that will too pass. This too shall pass. All right. Hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, hit me up. Post questions in the comments below and or in the private message. I think I saw something come in, but I don't know how to find it here. Oh, here we go. Click to view comments. Thanks, Tom. David Dean Willis. Tom, thanks so much for the encouraging words, much needed during these unprecedented times. Have an awesome day. Yes, these are unprecedented times. We are in the Star Trek era, going where no man has gone before. This is new for all of us, yet we all can take the steps that are necessary for us to take and know that this too shall pass. One step, one day at a time. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, pick yourself up. Go have an amazing day. Make today great. For more inspiration, go to maketodaygreat.com, and I will look forward to communicating with you here on the social media outlets that we have. And take care of yourself, your family. Go to YouTube, search for How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. In addition to going to maketodaygreat.com and get some inspiring words as well. Talk with you soon. Look forward to chatting with you. Bye for now.